Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel and I'm a huge Eurovision fan as well as a musician. Please excuse my voice today as I've got a little bit of a cold. So in today's video, I'm going to be reacting and reviewing Australia's song for this year's Eurovision Song Contest, and I will be giving a musical analysis of it and a general score out of 10, so please stay tuned to the end of the video. So obviously Australia, for a bit of context, have been doing quite well at Eurovision up until last year where they failed to qualify for the first time ever. So I hope that this year they can turn it around a little bit and find their feet, and hopefully they can actually perform at this year's contest live, because last year they had to provide their live on tape. So hopefully things have changed. So this year Australia decides, and they decided that Sheldon Reilly is going to be representing them with a song called Not the Same. So I'm going to be giving my initial thoughts on this, and please let me know down below in the comments what you guys think about this entry, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And let's get straight into this.
I was told at 6 years old they'd avoid me if my heart was cold. Found it hard to talk and speak my mind. They never liked the things that I would like.
That outfit.
Cause you're told to play, but you're not the same as the other kids playing the same game. Try to jump on in, but they push away so far away. I'm not the same, no. I'm not the same, no. Years went by, I tried and tried. My father asked me if today I smiled. I said yes I did, but that's a lie. Oh, I always tell those lies. Then you run and hide the break inside, till you realize that the light shines bright through those who broke inside. I'm not the same, no. 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 'Cause you never wanna.
So, okay, I'm going to interject here. Firstly, let's start off with something quite positive. Vocals, outstanding. It feels as if not a single note is flat or sharp. They all sound completely on key, and this is live as well, so that is incredibly impressive. The way that this guy is being able to not only sing in tune, but sing with power and sing with conviction, but also sing with drama, is fantastic. He's definitely knows how to control his voice. He knows how to create dynamics. He knows how to paint a picture with his voice. So I think those are some really great aspects of this. I have to say though, musically, what they're trying to hand to me on a plate here is something that's supposed to be quite stirring, atmospheric, with the smoke all on screen. They've got this sort of melodramatic piano, strings, just this, trying to really create this stirring atmosphere, but it's not quite working. There's something about this which is just lacking slightly to match up to the quality of the vocals, and I think it's maybe the lack of lyrics. I think the lyrics in the verse, in both verses, I think we've had two verses here, are really nice and strong. Those lyrics are quite emotional. Obviously, they've got a deep meaning behind them. I think they're quite relatable to some people. But that chorus is quite lacking in lyrical content. It's just, we're not the same. Oh, we're not the same. Oh. To me, I like to hear a little bit more depth there. It is not quite enough words. Yeah, the melody is a little bit confused, because what they're trying to do is create this natural progression of the melody, increasing and increasing and pushing up higher and higher to show off his voice. But what I'm getting from this is something that's quite confused. The melody doesn't have anything natural or organic about it. It's just like, oh, let's try and push up this a little bit higher. And it doesn't feel like it's very done with a lot of finesse in terms of melodic writing. The vocal itself is really good. I think what he's doing is he's managing to overcome the strange leaps in the notes and the strange timing of those leaps too, because he just seems very professional. But if I'm looking at this from a musical perspective, that is something I'm slightly concerned about. It just doesn't feel very natural or organic, and I don't know what somebody, for instance, who doesn't have a musical ear will be picking up from this. That's purely what I'm picking up so far. So I'm going to keep this going, but I think they're slightly not quite achieving what I think is their goal in stirring the listener. All I'm sort of feeling right now is awe of this person's vocal ability. I'm not actually subscribing or investing in the meaning of this song, and I think that's slightly worrying. But I'm going to keep going because I have been ranting a little bit. So let's see how this song progresses further.
Be the kind of person who can work it for those ones who cannot word it, 'cause you've been the kind of person who felt this pain. Oh yeah, I felt this pain. So you go and leave the pain and find another way to make yourself another game, maybe one for all to play, 'cause it's not just me, it's not the same, we're not the same.
I've worked out one of the disconnects I have. It's definitely the fact that I can't see his face. I think that's why there's a lack of emotion in here for me to connect with this, because he's covered his face in this jewelry, so I can't actually see his eyes or his mouth, and I think that is possibly an issue. I think they could create this sort of avant-garde artistic look without covering the vital features which help humans connect with other humans. That's all I'm feeling so far. Let's keep going because I know he's kind of building up to a high note here and I don't want to interrupt him any further. Oh!
We're not the same. No, no, we're not the same. No, no, we're not the same. No, we're not the same. No.
Okay, so my comments earlier, what I said about not being able to see his face, then he took the mask off, right, so we can see his face. But I think how I feel about that is I already kind of didn't feel invested in the song or the meaning because of the lack of some of the musical aspects that I could hear in there. Like I said, the only thing I was focusing in on was the vocal ability and the flawlessness of that vocal. So when he takes the mask off and he's all emotional and upset, I'm just feeling a bit awkward, like I'm watching something I don't want to see, because he's almost crying on the verge of tears, and then I don't feel the same way there. I don't feel like I'm on the verge of tears, so it felt a little bit awkward. But that being said, I like the emotion that he was portraying there. He's clearly invested in the song, he sings with conviction, and that's always great for Eurovision. It was a little melodramatic taking off the mask. I'm not sure how I feel about that concept. It could be described as pretentious by some. I'm not sure if I feel like it is pretentious, but it is slightly veering off in that direction. I still think this is good though from Australia, I'm not gonna lie. It's quality, it feels much more polished than Montaigne's entry last year, for sure. But I think from my personal perspective, my own personal taste, it's definitely not the kind of thing I listen to. It's a bit corny in places, and I can forgive things like that if musical aspects can trump those corny aspects, but I felt like there wasn't anything handed to me there that could trump those things. So I'm not sure how to feel. I think we got someone here with good performative qualities and a great voice and the ability to perform live. Fantastic. I just think aspects of the staging I'm not quite a fan of, and aspects of the music as well felt a little contrived, a little bit too well thought through, and I'm not sure. I'm the kind of person who prefers organic sounding things, and that sounded very premeditated to me. So that's my perspective. So in terms of a score, right now, based on this performance alone, I think I'm going to give that a 5.5 out of 10. Vocal ability is like a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. But what knocks it back for me is those other aspects which I've explained. But please don't take that the wrong way, because I feel like I want to root for this guy. I think he's got a good personality and clearly is very invested in art, and I enjoy that. But don't come after me in the comments just because I didn't quite enjoy it. That's just my opinion. But I'm sure he's got a lot of people rooting for him, and I really hope he does, clearly, because I think he is an interesting character. So those are my thoughts. Let me know down below what you guys think, and stay tuned for more content coming soon. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I make lots of similar videos to this. I'll be reviewing all of the songs going forward in this year's contest, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend. Bye.